Right, how's everyone doing? Good, I hope. This is a follow-up video to Atari Mania on the Atari VCS, We've played the game, I like it. It's a great game. Now, if you're an Atari fan like me, you're gonna love this game. It's a whole bunch of mini games based on Atari games. They're all mashed together, And each time you play these mini games, every time you play these mini games, it's different. The things that you have to do in the game. Now the thing is, it's all about this Atari museum. It's the 50th year of Atari, and you play as the caretaker of this museum. And you have to clean it up and sort out any problems. So it's sort of like a puzzle game as well as all these mini games based on Atari games. And it's awesome, I think. It has the 8-bit pixel look, and it suits Atari to the ground. And it's if you're a massive Atari fan, you're gonna love this game. And I'd highly recommend if you're getting it for the Atari VCS. But it's on other things as well, like the Switch and other places. But if you have an Atari VCS, get Atari Mania. It's brilliant. Now, I wish I could say it's perfect. For me, me personally, would love to give this game 10 out of 10, but I can't. For one reason. No Night Driver. For whatever reason, it's not there. Night Driver is an Atari game, and it's a classic, just like the other ones, just like Millipede, Sword Quest, Outlaw, Dodgem, all these games, This is the 50th year of Atari, and this Atari Mania is meant to be in celebration of that. But there's no Night Driver. But not only that, now I'm gonna go back and play the game because there are a lot of unlockables to find in the game, lots of stuff. So maybe it's a hidden treasure. I hope it is, because I've been asking Atari to make a new Night Driver since even before the Atari VCS came out. I was asking them, please, make a Night Driver recharged or something. And it's not on here. Now, so to me that's disappointing because I love Night Driver, and I don't know why they won't do it, because it is an Atari game, and as far as I know, they didn't sell the rights off to someone else to make the game. Like with a Battlezone, see, Battlezone used to be an Atari game, a tank game, like an early 3D tank game on the Atari 2600 and in the arcades, right? But people tell me that the reason why Atari themselves haven't made a new Battlezone is because they don't own the rights to the game anymore. They sold it off to somebody else, which is disappointing. But that's the way it is. But now Night Driver, as far as I'm aware of, it wasn't sold out to anybody else. It's still an Atari game, so they can do whatever they want with it. I don't understand it. You know what I mean? Because on all the Atari flashback consoles, right? I've got 2 Atari Flashback 8 consoles. I've got an Atari Flashback 6 console, and Night Driver's on them all. And so that's an Atari game. So I don't know why. I don't know, but it's not so far in Atari Mania. It's not there, and I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed, and I'm gonna let them know that I was asking for a Night Driver. It's not there. I'm disappointed, but like I said, it's still an awesome game, and I'm gonna go back and play it because there's tons to unlock and stuff like that, and there's tons of mini games. They're all like mashed together, like. You have Millipede, Pong, and Sword Quest all mashed together. Now, there's this evil black pixel monster guy who's going around wrecking the museum. So it's your job to stop him, clean up any damages and stuff. So it's a puzzle game, and it's pretty good. So I'm gonna go back and play it some more, and I'm hoping that Night Driver is somewhere in the game. But see, right away, in the game you can collect posters of different games. The cover art, and it shows you all the games in question marks and what game it is, but you can't see the cover art until you find it. But you go through the whole list, A, B, C, and there's no N. There's no N for Night Driver, so that's a big omission. I mean, they have Outlaw there, they have Dodge 'em, you know, but before Millipede there should be N for Night Driver. So anyway, I'm going to go back and play it again, like I said. It's still an awesome game, and I would highly recommend it. So, like, I wish we could give it 10 out of 10, and if Night Driver is in this game, I will give it a 10 out of 10, but it doesn't seem to be. So, I'll give it a 9 out of 10. Now, two other things we should give people a bit of caution about. Now, the game is $24.99, so that, like, so far that's the most expensive Atari game on the Atari VCS. Is it worth $24.99? Yes. I mean, if you're an Atari fan, then yes. I mean, yeah, I say even neutral people will like this game because it's fun, it's addictive, and it's just a fun game in general, and that's what matters the most, you know. It has all the ingredients of an Atari game. Easy to pick up and play, hard to master, and it does get hard in mini games, so you have to keep at it. And like I said, every time you play them, it's different. And you have to, like I said, you're the caretaker, so you have any messes, like there's stuff in the ground, you have to get a brush and a broom, clean it up, and get the museum, keep the museum spick and span, and make sure there's no problem. So it's an awesome game. Like I said, I'm gonna go play it now in a few minutes. Hopefully I'll find Night Driver in the game, but I don't think I'm going to. But we'll see what happens, right? Now, so yeah, and another thing, when I bought Atari Mania this morning, I paid for it. It said purchase succeeded, but I couldn't download the game. So I was panicking. I said, what the fuck, I just bought the game, why can't I download it? So it turns out that it took a bit longer for the payment to actually go through than normal. Why? I don't know. Maybe my internet was a bit slow at that time. But if this happens to anybody else, if you purchase the game but it won't let you download it, unplug the Atari VCS for 5 minutes. This is what I did. 5 minutes later, plug it back in, I was able to download it. So I didn't have to purchase it a second time. Now people might panic and purchase the game twice when they don't have to. So like I'm saying, don't panic, right? If you buy the game and you can't download it immediately, just do what I did. It worked for me. Unplug your Atari VCS, take the plug out of the back, wait 5 minutes, come back, and you'll be able to download it. You don't have to purchase it twice. You know, so I'll just put that out there if people encounter that problem. But as I said, the game is awesome, Atari Mania. I'm going to go play it again now in a few minutes. It's awesome. But I just, look, Night Driver for me is one of my all-time favourite games, especially Atari games. And like I said, Atari Mania is meant to be celebrating the 50th year of Atari. I mean, when you go into the museum, it says Atari 50 years all over the place. Like, Night Driver played a big part of that. I know it's not as popular as Centipede or Millipede, you know, or Star Quest, but it is a classic game nonetheless. It pretty much pioneered the whole third-person perspective driving. Now, it didn't perfect it. I mean, the whole behind-the-car racing thing, that perspective, it really didn't get mastered until pole position in 1982. But Night Driver, in my opinion, is awesome. And it set the groundwork for that kind of game, that kind of driving game. So, I wonder why Atari won't make the game. The only other reason I can think of is that Rob Fulop, right? He's the guy that made Night Driver for Atari. So maybe they're doing this in spite of him. Maybe he did something on them, so they're saying, hey, we're not going to play it. But that doesn't make sense to me. Night Driver came out in 1978, like, you know. And, like I said, it's been on all the Atari flashback consoles. Upstairs I have a mini arcade machine that has Night Driver on it. So to not doing to spite him, I just think Atari looks at Night Driver as not good enough a game. Which is wrong, because there's fans like me out there that love Night Driver and we want to play a new version of it. Now, fair play to them, they did put the arcade version of Night Driver on Handstream, but I want to see more. I want to see a Night Driver Recharge game. I want to see Night Driver included in Atari Mania. Now, the next big game coming out from Atari is the Atari 50th Anniversary Collection. Now, if Night Driver is not in that, then it's not a 50th Anniversary Collection, in my opinion. Because Night Driver is a classic Atari game. Just like Outlaw, just like Dodgem. You know, so I hope Atari comes across this video, but if they don't, I'm gonna get onto them on Facebook, because we've got top fan status at Atari, and they know me, they consider me a friend, and likewise. So I'm gonna say it straight out to them: why isn't Night Driver included in Atari Mania? Was it an oversight? Did you forget about it? I just want to know. I'm just a passionate fan of Atari and Night Driver. So I hope it shows up somewhere, but I am disappointed. Sorry if this video is a bit longer than usual, but that's how I feel about it. It's just disappointing. But you know, I don't know. Maybe Atari are saving Night Driver for another time. I don't know. But it just seems to me like they don't care about it, and they don't think it's good enough. It's a classic driving game from Atari. I don't get it. Anyway, that's my opinion of Atari Mania. It's an awesome game. I would highly recommend it, but for me, I can't give it a 10 out of 10 because there's no Night Driver. If there was, I'd give it a 10 out of 10. So I'm going to go back and play it, and hopefully I'll find something Night Driver related, but I don't think I'm going to. Because like I said, in the it shows you the cover art of all the games, the name of the game, but it's all question marks, and once you find them in the game, it appears, and there's ABC, you know, RC Battle, Dodgem, Outlaw, but before Millipede, there should be N for Night Driver, but there isn't. So I'm gonna go back and play the game. I don't think there's any Star Riders either. I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to go back and play the game. But one thing I didn't see was Night Driver, and that's the one thing I'm really disappointed about. But hopefully, when I go back, I'll find something in the game. It's a puzzle game mixed with mini games, Atari classic games, which is awesome. You know, and like all the characters in each of the Atari games, like Millie from Millipede, you have Thor, who was in Sword Quest, and I didn't even know the guy was named. The guy out of Sword Quest was Thor. So awesome stuff. Like, I'm finding out stuff myself. Like, even though I love Atari, I don't know everything about Atari. You know, there's just so much history with Atari. You know. So anyway, they're my opinions with Atari Mania. I mean, it's brilliant, and I'd recommend it. But for me personally, it gets a 9 out of 10 because there's no Night Driver. So I hope Atari come across this video. If they don't, I'm gonna say to them on Facebook, say, look, where's Night Driver? I'm disappointed. But anyway, sorry, I keep rambling. I'm just passionate about it, that's all. So anyway, I hope everyone has a good day out there. Take care and bye bye.